Bob and Dr. Allen. Doc Bob and the Doc Allen Show. It's the Dr. Bob and Dr. Allen Show.
Well, let's do it before the bath gets too cold.
Let's do it before the bath gets too cold. So here we are, episode 4, Dr. Bob and Alan Show. And Dr. Bob is joining us, as you can see, everybody, from the luxury of his bathtub this evening. So let's get started, Dr. Bob. I have a few questions, so maybe we should start there this week.
Sounds
from
perfect.
Some viewers, yeah. Okay. First off, we have someone who would like to know. We have David Piri. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. He has a request, and back in 2011 or 12, apparently Dr. Bob made a wonderful video for presentation on Green Line Academy. Don Schwartz, owner at the time. It was in 15 segments, if he can remember correctly, each running less than 20 minutes. Green Line Academy may hold the copyright, but if Bob can assert rights in this lecture, I would surely like a copy if he could do it.
I think that is available online. I haven't spoken with the guy who did that in a couple of years for sure. So I would have to look into that. But I thought he put all of that online. So I'm surprised if you can't find it out there.
Okay.
But also keep in mind that that's very outdated material at this point. You know, the past few years, I've had such novel insights into the way living systems work that I was on the right path, and it turned into things that I now understand from a very more detailed and functional perspective. So I would suggest you update and look at some of the more recent things that are out there. Go to my webpage, canon-sapiens.com. There's a lot of videos there.
Perfect. Okay, and another question, stroke inquiry from Renee Kozak-Helberg. Hello, Milo. I like scientific info, she says. This doesn't answer all the questions I have about the different CBD oils, but it's a start. Seeing how the oil my brother has been taking that has been manufactured by a team of pharmacists who have studied this has really helped my brother. I believe there is validity in the benefits of CBD. But there is so many different kinds, and any person using it medically needs to understand what it does, what to target, and what your concerns are, probably. Because of its production, it's not standardized here in the US. There is so many people selling junk in highly questionable storefronts that also sell health-killing vaping chemicals and such, that I wouldn't trust buying Hershey's chocolate bar from.
So is there a question?
So basically, I think what she's trying to establish is how can she be confident in approaching such a establishment?
Well, in general, I'm also a little bit biased. I like dirty oils. I like full extracts, dark, colored extracts with CBD, without CBD, because they have everything that the plant has in them. So that's definitely my preference. Now, there is also available, distillates and isolates, whereby you can still get largely a full spectrum, but they're cleaned up too much for my taste. But some of those are quite good. So in general, what I would look for is organic. And ideally, you see, in Vermont here, for example, it's a lot of the small farmers that are putting together their products. And I support that very much more so than pharmacists who are putting together things, and they typically don't know from personal experience what they're doing. The whole thing with cannabis, because it is largely very, very safe, is that you want to find what's going to meet your needs. Now, THC is a very important component for most things, especially for sleeping. So having a little THC, legal limits in your CBD oil, will really help for sleeping, but maybe should be avoided early in the day. I take a lot of CBD and THC morning, noon, and night. But I avoid certain ones in the morning to a degree. See, that's another case where you can see the difference. If I take a full extract CBD